Good morning, and thank you for staying with us here as we start your morning. I'm Justin Michaels, and we're live in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, as Ophelia continues to get closer and closer and closer to the shore. What I can show you right now is not something we often get to see while I'm standing in it, and that is storm surge beginning to come in off of the Atlantic Ocean. This water was not here about 10 minutes ago, and the water is beginning to push in. We know further inland, storm surge issues are already happening. So as Ophelia gets closer to making a landfall here in the next hour or so, we know that the issues are not just going to stop the moment landfall happens. Remember, we have a tropical storm warning here, we have a hurricane watch, and the expectation, could we see 75-mile-per-hour gusts or more than that? So we're talking hurricane force gusts. It is absolutely possible, and that's what we're expecting. Amazing to see how the flow of the storm is happening right now as landfall gets closer and closer. We're talking about an easterly wind, so that means wind pushing from the east and going to the west. You're looking due south behind me right now, okay? Lots of sand in the air right now, so I'm not going to look to the east or I'm going to get a face full of sand and eyes full of sand. But I want you to take note to the pier back there, the Oceanon Pier, and see that water rushing from east to west. Amazing, the power of this storm continuing to go through. Still being categorized as a tropical storm, but I have to wonder what might happen in the coming hours. Could this actually be a Cat 1 that is being discussed? We keep seeing the power issues, and what those power issues look like before the power eventually goes out is bursts of light in the sky. We're talking about transformers that are blowing here. We know that's going to be an issue. In fact, I just saw sparks flying over there. So definitely power issues are likely going to be a problem here in Atlantic Beach. The mayor talked to us about that earlier, also talked about the storm surge inundation and issues related to coastal storms here in Atlantic Beach. Listen to Trace Cooper right now, the mayor of Atlantic Beach.
It's a little bit ironic that the island towns tend to do better in these types of storms than some of the low-lying mainland towns. It's just, we're standing on the beach, but we're already at 8 or 9 feet above sea level where we are, whereas across the sound, there's some places that are 2 and 3. So storm surge has a bigger impact over there than it will here on the island.
Now remember, storm surge is defined as water above normally dry ground. So the most updated forecast from the National Hurricane Center has 2 to 4 feet of storm surge here on the coast, 4 to 6 inland. That is an upgrade from yesterday when we were talking 3 to 5. What's a foot difference mean? Well, it could mean a lot for your property. So that 4 to 6 feet inland is something that people are really paying attention to on some of the tributaries and some of the bodies of water, the channels that lead off the coast or back to the coast. So people are certainly focused on that as we start this Saturday, the first day of fall. Fall started around 2 o'clock this morning. So here we are in officially fall and dealing with this tropical storm Ophelia right now. The winds are quite intense, Reynolds. You can see the sand blowing across. Again, that easterly wind. Definitely a difficult morning. Best place to be, as we always say, Reynolds, and where I'm going to be going as soon as you and I are done talking, back into shelter. Reynolds, into you.
Makes perfect sense. All about safety. Thank you so much for that fine report.